Have you ever stood in someone else's garden, enchanted, wondering how they pulled off such a dreamlike space from bare ground? Or maybe you've lost track of time scrolling through photos of lush, blooming landscapes, whispering to yourself, I wish I could create something like this. Well, you absolutely can, and today, I'm pulling back the curtain on how to design your dream garden from scratch, step by step. From that very first spark of inspiration to the satisfying rustle of leaves under string lights at dusk, I'm going to walk you through every decision, every lesson, and every little magic moment that transformed my space, and can transform yours, too. This isn't just about plants. It's about purpose. It's about how a vision, when rooted in emotion and intention, becomes something you step into and instantly feel peace, joy, or even awe. And here's a bonus you won't want to miss. For the first time ever, I'm revealing the exact custom paint and trim colors used on my home's exterior, colors so many of you have asked me about. Stick around till the end to get the full details and a free downloadable guide that brings everything together. Let's design something truly unforgettable. When you're starting your garden from scratch, the first thing you need isn't soil or seeds, it's soul. What do you want your garden to feel like? What role will it play in your life? For me, I knew right away. I wanted a space where I could cut flowers to bring indoors, armfuls of blooms that would perfume my kitchen and brighten my desk. I also craved the wild, romantic energy of an English country garden, the kind you might stumble upon in the Cotswolds, overgrown in the best way, full of whispers from bees and a gentle breeze swaying tangled roses. This vision became my compass. Every design decision I made pointed back to it. Maybe your dream looks entirely different, more structured and low maintenance, full of architectural succulence and bold contrasts. Or maybe you want a vegetable haven, a secret reading nook, or even a pollinator paradise for your kids to explore. Get clear on what makes your heart beat faster when you imagine your garden. Because once that's settled, the rest becomes not just easier, but exciting. Along with the vision, consider your must-haves. For me, evergreen structure was crucial. I didn't want a garden that disappeared in winter. So I anchored everything with boxwoods and other foundational plants that offered a year-round framework. This gave balance to the free-flowing, whimsical nature of my flower beds. The point is, know what matters to you. Structure, color, scent, function, privacy, or maybe all of the above. With your dream defined, it's time to face the real-world conditions of your space. Just like you wouldn't furnish a home without considering the layout, you can't design a thriving garden without understanding your land. For example, I live in Arkansas with heavy clay soil. That meant raised beds were a must. They gave me control over the soil composition so I could grow the flowers I loved, flowers that wouldn't thrive if their roots were suffocated in clay. And it's not just about soil. Think about sun exposure, microclimates, wind patterns, drainage, and irrigation. I knew that a standard sprinkler system would damage the delicate petals of my blooms, so I installed drip irrigation, a game changer in southern heat. Tailoring your design to your environment will save you countless hours of frustration and heartbreak. Your garden should work with nature, not against it. Now let's talk layout, the bones of your dream space. This is where vision meets function. You don't need fancy software. I used graph paper and a good old-fashioned garden journal to sketch everything out to scale. This allowed me to plan walkways, planting beds, focal points, and even string light symmetry with clarity and creativity. If you can dream it, you can draw it. For continuity, I chose materials that echoed our home's design, painted brick and cedar accents. These were repeated throughout the garden, in the edging of the beds, the fencing, the stained cedar raised beds, and even the cedar posts supporting our pergola. The result? A garden that feels like an extension of the house, not an afterthought. The materials create cohesion, and they help tie indoor and outdoor living together in a way that's deeply satisfying. Let me pause here to say, don't underestimate the power of sensory details. I used natural bluestone for edging and pea gravel for paths. Not only is the gravel permeable and eco-friendly, it also makes that deeply gratifying crunch underfoot. And when it spills slightly into the surrounding ground covers, chef's kiss. That kind of casual elegance is what turns a good garden into a magical one. In the end, this garden isn't just a collection of plants and pathways. It's a living reflection of who I am. It's the place I come to slow down, reconnect with nature, and find my center. It reminds me of the seasons turning, the power of growth, and the reward of patience. And it's a joy I want you to experience, too. If this inspired you, I've created a free downloadable garden guide that includes my custom paint colors, my favorite plant sources, and every tool and resource I use to bring this vision to life. You'll find the link below, don't miss it. And if you're ready to see how it all came together, I invite you to take a full tour of my garden in the next video. I'll meet